IGN. Anyone still listen to IGN?
No, yes, no, yes. No, yes. Definitely not.
Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Welcome to my top 10 IGN reviews I strongly disagree with. I'm just gonna flat out say right here, this is for video games. If you want to see a part 2 for movies, I will do that. This video has to get over 1,000 views though. IGN, they've been a gaming channel for a long time. They've just done movies in the past, I'd say few years, but a lot of it has been gaming, and IGN has had good takes, and they've recommended some quality games to its audiences. However, they have really fallen off the map by almost giving every fucking review a 7 out of 10. That's like their go-to rating, 7 out of 10. But over the years, they have just done some crazy shit. Just some reviews I just fully disagree with, and I'm going to talk about those reviews. These are the 10 IGN reviews I disagree with. I really do. Coming number 10 is South Park Snow Day. Okay, yeah, this game just came out, and it's not amazing. Everyone was expecting another Stick of Truth or The Fractured Butthole, which are quality games, but this is not bad. It's a very, more of a independent South Park game. It doesn't do the satire of JRPGs. This is more of a hack and slash adventure, kind of like a Devil May Cry or Bayonetta and stuff. That's kind of spoofing. It still has the fantasy realm. It has the funny South Park humor, and it's enjoyable. It's dumb fun, and it's enjoyable for what it is. And for South Park fans, I think you'll get a kick out of it. But man, did IGN just shit all over this game, man. They gave it a 3 out of 10. Called it the worst game of the year so far, and it has barely anything redeemable other than it's comedy. The gameplay is bad, the mechanics are bad, the visuals suck. They just tear this game apart, and I just don't agree. I don't think it's an immaculate game by no stretch of the imagination, but I think it's fun. I think it has the great humor, and I think the gameplay is enjoyable for what it is, and I think it could be a fun couch co-op for people to play. We don't get enough couch co-ops because everything is online multiplayer. This actually could be a fun couch co-op for a group of friends to play and run through a couple of the quests. Is it a little short, and is it, obviously not as good as The Stick of Truth and The Fractured Butthole, of course, but I still think it's a fun enough game. I think people can definitely check it out for $25. It's not that expensive. 3 out of 10 is incredibly harsh. And man, the fucking high ratings they give certain games, 3 out of 10 to South Park Snow Day, man, they're kind of crazy. So maybe that's just me. I like South Park. And I didn't mind the South Park Snow Day game. I think 3 out of 10 is a little harsh, but that's just me. Coming to number 9 is The Last of Us Part 2, probably the most controversial video game of all time. Of course, IGN wanted the positive bandwagon by giving this game a whopping 10 out of 10, calling it the perfect sequel, one of the best video games to ever come out on the PlayStation 4. Remarkable storytelling, beautiful visuals, they said, and it's a game changer. Absolute nonsense. I'm not saying, okay, I know. I'm one of the people who don't like Last of Us Part 2. And you know what? This is a divisive opinion. Either you hate it or you love it. It's just no fucking middle ground with The Last of Us Part 2. I didn't like the story. I didn't like it. I don't like what they did with Joel and with Ellie. And I hate that they focused so much on Abby. I thought that was just a ridiculous idea for a game. And the direction that they went, I don't like. The ending is so unsatisfying. The game mechanics is just almost similar to the first Last of Us, not much different there. Even some of the clickers weren't as enjoyable. It was a lot more human fighting than fighting the clickers. Visually, I will admit, the visuals are fantastic and the voice acting is done very well, and maybe the music's pretty good, but man, I am not on the Last of Us Part 2 praise that people call it a masterpiece and think it's one of the greatest fucking video games of all time. I am definitely not on that bandwagon. And the fact that this game beat Ghost of Tsushima for Game of the Year, I can't agree with that. I can't agree with it. And yeah, I don't agree. Last of Us Part 2 is not a perfect score. It's not even an 8 out of 10. To me, it's like a 6, maybe a 5. Number 8 is Assassin's Creed Unity. This is easily probably one of the worst Assassin's Creed games ever made. Right there with like Rogue. Rogue's pretty shit too, but man, fucking they'll give South Park a 3 out of 10, but they'll give a broken game a 7.9 out of 10. This is what this game is. It's broken, especially when IGN reviewed it at launch. It was unplayable. This was marketed as a first like online multiplayer. Well, Black Flag was the first online multiplayer, but this was like the first like big online multiplayer Assassin's Creed game that you could play the story with a person and stuff. It was broken. It was glitched. It did not work. It was a busted fucking game. And IGN is fucking saying this is like game changer as well, and that the story was good. The story wasn't good. It was very tedious and predictable. It wasn't even very well written, and the characters sucked. The game, still now in 2024, is still broken, and it still doesn't work, and it still isn't fun, and it doesn't, like, people shit on the RPG Assassin's Creed games, but at least they work fine, and the stories are passable, and the characters are at least interesting, and like they bring in different mythologies, but Unity does nothing. This is literally the shittiest Assassin's Creed game, and I don't know how people can defend it. It's a busted game, and it robbed people of their money at launch. So yeah, fuck Assassin's Creed Unity. Number 7 is Deathloop. I don't get it either. I don't understand this one. Again, IGN praised the shit out of this, sucking on Deathloop's cock. 10 out of 10. Amazing masterpiece. The most unique game ever invented. What a crock of shit that is. Yes, this looping is not a thing that has existed before. Prince of Persia was like one of the first games to do loops and shit. Like, time loops in video games is not something unique and different. I don't know what the hell they're on about. The characters aren't even all that enjoyable or even likable, and even the shooting mechanics weren't even all that engaging. I don't know what IGN was even talking about with Deathloop. Like, Deathloop isn't a bad game. It's not. There's good stuff in it. There's good stuff in the story. And some of the looping is really cool, especially with the shooting mechanics. And the ending was pretty awesome. But fucking 10 out of 10? A 10 out of 10? A masterpiece? One of the greatest games they've ever played? Really? Have you not played games? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I think Deathloop is super overrated. And yeah. Let's move on. Number 6, SpongeBob SquarePants: The Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. This is a fun game. I remember loving this back in the old school days of SpongeBob, but this remastered is awesome. It's so fun, and it's got fun platforming levels, playing as Sandy and Patrick and SpongeBob. The boss levels are great. And fucking IGN gives this a 5 out of 10. Are you shitting me? They really don't like animated video games, I guess, but a 5 out of 10? Are you fucked? Like, come on now. And their excuse, the game is too childish. Yes, a kid's show that's made into a video game is too childish. Are you on crack? Like, well, no shit, it's childish. SpongeBob is childish. Like, and they're saying it's too simple and too easy. Well, yeah, it's a remake of the original game, which was pretty easy. Like, these aren't real criticisms. It's a remake. How does it work as a remake? It works well. It's beautiful to look at. The colors are more fluid, and the game mechanics is not as stiff. It works really well on the PS4. I don't know what they're talking about. I feel like the IGN reviews for this game just never played the original SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, so maybe that's it, and they're just newcomers. They're just playing this random platformer. And then they constantly compare the game to Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, which is not fair because Crash and Spyro, of course, are way better games, but those games had bigger budgets to them. So, like, that's not really fair to compare it. SpongeBob doesn't even have, like, a quarter of the budget of what Crash Bandicoot was. So, Not very fair. Also, they're just very different games in the way they're laid out and structured. So, I don't know. I enjoy Battle for Bikini Bottom. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a very enjoyable platformer, and don't listen to IGN. It's really good. Number 5, Resident Evil 6, the worst Resident Evil game. And like what they did with Assassin's Creed, they gave it like a 7.9 out of 10. Are they on crack? Like, Resident Evil 6 makes no sense. But they say, oh, the villains are great. The loadouts are done well. The action is good. It's creepy and eerie. No, it's not. There's nothing scary about this game. There's nothing enjoyable about this game. And the way they did Wesker was terrible. The villains suck. And it doesn't have a single focus. It doesn't even know who the main character is. It's horrible. It's so disjolted from the series, and it's awful. Visually, it's not even that impressive. This is for, like, the PS4. It took them to full-on do a completely different story with Biohazard to bring Resident Evil back because people were so annoyed and devastated with how shitty Resident Evil 6 was. I don't know. I think a lot of people were just thinking, are they, like, getting bought out to do positive reviews or some shit? I don't know. Probably not, but they just have shitty taste sometimes. Alright, number 4. Fortnite. Oh, Lord. Yes, we're getting to some of the online multiplayer games that I hate. This is just a personal opinion, so Fortnite people, don't hate me. Fortnite is fine, I guess, but IGN gives this a 9.6 out of 10, and it ain't that fucking good. I have tried so much to get into Fortnite. And, like, it's bright, it's colorful, and I see the appeal. I don't like it. I just don't like the mechanics. I don't like the action. I don't like how it's done. I can't get into it. This is just a personal thing now. Like, I know people love Fortnite. There's tournaments for Fortnite, and just Fortnite is, like, embedded in the gaming culture, and just people love Fortnite. This is just a personal thing that I strongly disagree with. When people call Fortnite amazing, and they call it one of the greatest online multiplayers, I just don't agree. I think Warzone is better. I even think PUBG is better. I think Fall Guys is better. I just think there's just better online multiplayer games. Rainbow Six Siege, like, I just think there are better ones out there. So, yeah. I don't know. It's just a personal thing. But, yeah, I don't agree. Number 3, Overwatch. This is just an just a rehash of Fortnite. It's a 9.4 out of 10. This is what IGN gives it. I'd give it more like a 6 out of 10. This is not the same as Fortnite. Fortnite is way different, but everything I say about Fortnite, I say about Overwatch. It's just not something I can get into. It's just not my thing. And again, this is just opinion. Like, anytime people praise Overwatch, love Overwatch, it's crazy. The only reason I put it at 3 over Fortnite is because this won Game of the Year, which is ridiculous. I know that's not IGN's fault, but it won Game of the Year, and that's just ridiculous. And I don't know, just a 9.4? Really? I wonder what they gave Rainbow Six Siege. I hope they gave it higher than that. But yeah, Overwatch, just not a fan. Not a fan. Alright, number 2, Days Gone. One of the most underrated zombie action horror games. I love this game. I think it's really good. I get it at launch. This game apparently was very busted. I played it like a couple of years after it came out at launch. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed Deacon as a main character. Boozer was awesome. Even the romance with him and his wife was good. I love that it's about bikers and zombie apocalypse. I think that's a cool idea. I think the herds and the zombies are done very well. I think visually it's done very well. And yeah, IGN was very harsh. Gave it 6.5 out of 10. I don't think it's that bad. I really don't. I give it an 8 out of 10. I thought the story moved very well. I thought it had good atmosphere. I liked going through the camps on my motorcycle and doing these quests and shit. I thought it was really good. I thought it had a really good payoff in the end. And just, yeah, I'm a Days Gone fan, and I'm a defender of Days Gone. And I know everyone's like, you lost all credibility because you hate Fortnite and Overwatch, but like Days Gone. maybe I did. I don't know. But my number one, everyone can agree with this. Alien Isolation. Wow. Yes, IGN, the geniuses that they are, gave Alien Isolation a 5.9 out of 10 and said the game wasn't even that good. I'm like, what? They say it wasn't spooky. It didn't lose. It lost its scares after the first hour. Absolute bullshit. This is probably one of the most atmospheric, spookiest games you'll play. It is literally like you are a person on the ship with the xenomorph. And it's just you trying to survive. This is legit, real horror put on the video game screen for us. This is a phenomenal, atmospheric, incredible alien game. It's probably the best alien game we've ever gotten and probably ever will get. And it's so good. It was amazing. And the way they did in VR was really cool. This is what horror games should strive to be. And just IGN just shitting on it and saying, yeah, this game's not scary. This game doesn't do anything unique. Absolute bullshit. That's all I gotta say. Bullshit. So yeah, that's my top 10 IGN reviews I strongly disagree with. Let me know in the comments below where IGN reviews for video games that you disagree with. And if you want to see me do IGN movie reviews that I disagree with, let me know. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please like, subscribe to this channel, and join the dark side.